this video today. I'm just gonna quick show you, starting first with show you the location maybe. This is all the way down in the east. I can show it on the map also. I'm now located all the way down in the east, down here, at a place called A Light to Guide Them Home. This place is called. It have a stone temple originally, so all you really need to do is fill up the holes in this old temple, the temple ruins, and it does make it a really strong fort. And you can also fill up with this fences and crenellated walls. I quickly just built outside here a temple to the Keto, and inside this temple is a room for storage and whatever needed, and some temple guardians using demonic spiders. Yeah, and quickly just go on to the top of it and show it to you. Got like 4 demonic spiders standing on the outer fence line, and it's a really short distance to the temple of the Keto, which is behind those ruins, and just a couple of minutes of a run from here. And it's also a short trip down to Buccaneer Bay for easy access to slaves. All you then need to do is build yourself a bridge over that, where the river ends out in this ocean or sea, which I don't know what it is, but okay. Let's take a quick look inside here. Sorry. This whole build has been made in Aquilonian building parts from the DLC that came out some months ago. Here is inside this old temple ruin. There are plenty of room for placing a pen, and also for placing a couple of troll stations below pane. And as you soon will see, it got plenty of room up in the height as well. So in fact these old ruins can pretty much contain all you need for surviving in this game. Like here I put up a map room, and I can also then move myself a little further up. There are also plenty of room for putting up crafting stations, furnaces, carpenter's bench, and pretty much everything that you need. There are plenty of room inside because of the height of the temple is real high. As you can see on here, there's also room for putting in crafting stations, and it's containing even a couple of more floors. Here also room for setting up crafting stations. You also have an easy access out to this area here, where you can harvest iron and trees, stones, etc. So you get a pretty short way for harvesting resources by having this temple here. As you see now, I'm closing in to the top of it, so and there are also some outer areas. Here you can build a space for sitting out and eating or relaxing outside if you want, like I just made up on this side. And if you want, you can put up fences all around this part. Shouldn't be too much of our work, excuse me. Probably I can put up these ones. So now we've got to set up a nice little porch and put up some tables, some chairs, and maybe a campfire to cook food on. And then have a nice little outdoor kitchen. And here is also plenty of room. You can even lower it down. Now we see it's like four floor high. So you can also put on a extra level here for if you need more room. And there are also plenty of room for putting in a vault for your treasuries, and plenty of room for putting up chests and cupboards for containing items that you have collected. And here is my bedroom on the top floor. I can probably even squeeze in another floor on the top, who knows. And my bed, and sleeping and dreaming about all the treasures that your vault is containing. Yeah, that is how much room you really got inside of this old temple ruins, which goes for the most of the temple ruins down in this southern part. So all of these temples ruins you can easily convert into containing all your necessities, all your crafting stations, your vault, chests, and even more. So it makes a easy fortress. You don't need much space, you just need the old temple ruins, so it doesn't really take up much space. It's not like the black fortress I built in Black Ice the other day, which really took up a whole lot of space. So now you see the inside, how really big it is and how easy it is to make it into some functional and easy, really easy to build. You only need to do is just fill out the part of the ruin which has been torn down by time and weather and such. So yeah, and it easily fits a gate into this doorway, so you will have yourself a really nice access to it. And from this area it's a really short way over to collect food, collect plant fibers, stones, and even this thick leather from the monkeys down by those temple ruins in the distance. And there are also easy access to gold and silver in chests located out in this water here, in the sunken ships. And there are so many of these underwater pipes that are giving this yellow stones that you need for making steel and hardened steel, and for every upgraded thing that you need these stones anyway. So that is plenty of them down here. So we get all the gold and silver we need, and all the other items. And since it's short way for Buccaneer Bay and harvesting trolls, which you also can harvest in that forest behind here, several locations containing trolls. For harvesting trolls in Buccaneer Bay, you would need a bridge leading over to the other side, otherwise you can't get the trolls over to this part of the island. So I'll let them just attack me, and maybe I should just go in here and... oh no, here it comes. Yeah, and this is my bridge build for leading over to the other side, for having access to Buccaneer Bay and the trolls. Here you can easily add archers on the wall, and so on this part here you can add archers, maybe some fighters guarding it also, but I just put out some demonic spider just for showing that you can have this area protected by your own trolls or by animals. And this is the bridge then that leads over to the Buccaneer Bay area. And with lots of room for getting gold and at least some fighter trolls. So, and I'll put up some demonic spiders on the other side here as well. And should be added archer on the walls, and also on this round fortress part here. Yeah, that's pretty much the Aquilonian build in this eastern part. Easy building. You have all the necessities situated in one place, and you could of course build some not that bigger bridge part for bringing your trolls from Buccaneer Bay and over. So yeah, but I always built these huge bridges down in this part of the area anyway, so I kind of like the way it looks when it's come this big. And as you can see, then I also made gaps in this bridge, so it's easy for swimming through, for people coming swimming down the river, and just don't need to make a turn for running on either side. You can just continue swimming on this in the water. Don't need to make a detour of any kind. So yeah, and of course add some light and such for night time. But the good part of being located all the way down here when you start up the game is that you have access to all the resources that you really need, and it's a easy build of your home when you build it into one of these old ruins, temple ruins. So yeah, that's how you easily build yourself a little place down here where you can easily harvest trolls, and all the resources are pretty close by. You have plenty of food, plenty of water. There is no sandstorms that you need to be aware of that can kill you, so at a lower level this is a good place to start up before you then start moving of course to the northern part of the where you get black ice and obsidian. But for a starter, this is a really good place to be located, because it gives you all the resources you need at the lower levels, such as iron. You can easily harvest by walk on to the other side of this river. There are plenty of iron resources there, so you can easily pick up like 4,000 iron stones in a short amount of time if you run onto that hill on the other side of the river, and a little bit left and do a little swipe. And if you then have put your should we say, in 1 second here, if you put your attributes into encumbrance, you can easily carry as much iron that you ever can be needed to have. And as you saw earlier, it is so much room and space inside this this building, so you can easily place all your needed crafting stations in this area by going up a few floors. And you can also easily make more floors than I have built here. I have just 1, 2, I think I got like four floors inside here. So this is the 3rd floor, 4th floor. I got like 5 stories high, I guess. And you can easily then squeeze in another couple of more floors, I guess. So 4 to 6 floors in height, easy, and it easily contains also vault and your map room, and yeah, it's a really easy build. It's just one building. Okay, I added, of course, the temple outside, but you could also easily then build in a temple into this place, of course. So that's my Aquilonian eastern build with all the necessities for any from level 0 to level I guess level 40, when, or is 30 or 40, when you get access to the fur clothing, so that keeps you warm in the northern part of the map, which you really gonna need to have in order to survive in the northern part. But as a starting point, I pretty much suggest try out making something like this. Easy to maintain, easy to get trolls. Yeah, that's all you need for starting up, and good luck.